going to an album that we both listened to, that 21 album.
All right, look.
Savage
I'm
Mode
I'm
2.
about I'm about to start dick riding. So you got negative stuff to say? Say it now.
I like this album.
This album, first of all, it's better than Savage Mode, the first Savage Mode, and
Yeah.
second of all, I think it might be one of the most pivotal trap albums of like a long time.
I can genuinely see why you say that though. I'm not like, I know you're not bullshit when you say that.
No, this thing is different in like a great way. It's special. It's narrated by Morgan Freeman.
That was huge though. Like how he
That's
got that, how
huge.
he got that to happen, I don't know. Like cuz like I don't think I think a lot of people hit Morgan Freeman up for voiceovers. Either
For
they
voice
came
shit,
with the
yeah.
fucking bag or Morgan Freeman actually enjoyed what the fuck he was talking about.
I think it could be. Honestly, I think it's both. Like, I'm
I
not
think it could be
denying
both,
that
yeah.
Morgan Freeman got the bag for that shit,
He
but I think that
definitely got the bag, nigga.
if you listen, I also think it's hard to tell if he's super into it because he's so professional. He can get away with like not caring about something but still sounding good. Like, I don't think he had a single good day recording March of the Penguins, but it still sounds great. Whatever. But this Morgan Freeman side, like this Savage Mode 2 album, it was just great all the way, enjoyable all the way through.
Yeah.
And it was I think it was Metro Boomin at like one of his best. Not I want to say peak, but it's really good. The features were great. The songs, like 21 Savage sometimes gets in this like pocket of like he's borderline like horrorcore, like the kind of music he makes where it's like scary, right?
I guess that's
Like
what
I'm
saying.
you know what I'm trying to say. Like it's like
I know what you mean. Yeah.
sometimes it's like super gory and graphic and shit like that. Where like a lot of like hard gangster rappers don't really get into that depth. I think one of the only people who do is Benny when he goes like
Pusha does too,
he-
to be honest.
yeah, and then sometimes but they don't have like the same atmosphere that this album does. Like this album, it sounds like really dark and it's Halloween-ish time. Like it's spooky, and then it's just really. I really like this album.
I like this album too. I get what you were saying when you were saying that this album is like what'd you say about the trap shit? It was like this album is a good like
It's like a pivotal moment in trap music. Like I can see like the rest of trap music sounding like this.
I agree with that. The thing with me with trap music is like I listened to trap music really, really early when I was like fucking, I don't know, middle school or some shit, when we all used to listen to just Jeezy, Gucci, and all that shit all day. Like the thing that got me away with trap music was more when the Future and all that shit sound came in, because everything started to sound the same. But I've always liked what 21 has done. At least like I'm not gonna say like I listen to him as often, but just the shit that other people play me every once in a while. I'm like, oh, I like what the fuck he talk about, and like in interviews, I like what he talks about and like what he stands for. It's not like, you know, like a majority of these other rappers or like all these other people who have like the ego big enough where they don't like realize that they're like hindering something, or like where they're not wrong about anything. I feel like he take a lot of accountability for shit, and be honest, that nigga is like reasoning for shit is pretty good too. And this album to me was like, it was a good blend of trap but with different tones to it. Like it wasn't the same trap beat over and over and over again, and it wasn't the same. Like granted, there's gonna be a thread line of like, you know, we gonna talk
Of
about
similarities
this,
and stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this trap shit. We're gonna talk about killing niggas, robbing niggas, having bread, fucking with bitches. Like, yeah. But I feel like there's a bunch of other shit that was blended into that, and in a different sound. That's the thing that surprised me the most with Metro Boomin, is that it's a bunch of different sounds, and I feel like that's the thing that always has to like stand in music. Is like you may have created a sound, and I'm not saying Metro Boomin created like a trap sound, but a lot of the beats that have come out in the last year sound like a lot of Metro Boomin shit.
Yeah. I think he's created his own sound within the sound. Like, it's recognizable that, like, this sounds like a Metro Boomin beat.
Yeah. And the thing is with that is, like, once you create your own sound, it's the same shit that I always say about Travis. It's like, yeah, you created that sound, but not everybody sounds like you. So now you have to differentiate yourself again from everyone else, because that's what an artist does. And the artist doesn't want to do the same shit that everybody else does. So the thing is, like, I feel like he stepped out of the way with this shit. Like you said, like a lot of these tones and a lot of the way the beat progresses and like digresses and like when the song, it's kind of weird to explain because it's just like the movement of the beat goes as with what it goes as with what 21 was rapping about rather than the other way around. I feel
it's really like it's a range to like his lyrics almost.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like this album could have almost been like him rapping first and then the beat was added on after.
Right, and I really enjoy that on here too. Like also like I don't think we ever really talked about it, but I think 21 Savage is a lot smarter than we give him credit for. Or like
that's what I'm telling you. That's what I was saying at the beginning. Like from what I get from him in interviews, I think a lot of people see what's on that. Like, you know, you see the fucking face tat. It's the knife shit. Like everything everybody was going crazy about. But to me, he's a pretty intelligent person.
But that brings a good point. Like the way he operates with that shit, because the whole "it's a knife" shit.
Yeah.
He turned it around, and then his album was called "It's a Album," right?
Yeah.
And then when the whole fucking him being from Britain shit, he didn't like run away from that at all. Yeah. Right after that came like his I think his most popular album, which is "I Am Greater Than I Was" or whatever. Yeah. But I think him locking in with Metro Boomin was always a smart idea, and it's been a minute since the first Savage Mode. I'm pretty sure. I think that came out a while ago.
To be honest, like everything like with 21. I would originally like the record when I first hear it, but it's not something that gets play in my daily shit. But there's a few records on here that definitely get played. Like, and that was like from the beginning. Like, I like how it introed, and then that first record was a great like start to an album. Like that was a really really good start to an album. I like that first record a lot. Like I said, like you said, the fucking features on there was dope. I didn't expect to like this album as much as I did.
There's not a lot of features on here, but they fill up the track list really well.
Yeah, I did not expect for me to like this album as much as I did. Like I said, like there was a lot of creativity done by them within keeping the integrity of a trap sound. To be honest.
Yo, my man named the song "No Op Left Behind." That's a great title.
And then again, like, you know, the white listeners are always gonna love him because, like, you know, he gonna pop his shit, like the gory shit that you say that they can be like kind of dark at times. That's exactly what gets all the fucking white people to like that shit because it's like,
oh hell yeah,
go through this shit ever in my life, so it doesn't matter for me to see, like, to listen to this shit.
Like, she's like, yo, I can't wait to hear about them killing each other. Oh boy, pop it in my iPod Classic.